A very good morning, dear students, 12th graders. I hope you all are good at home. So, in today's session, we are continuing with chapter 5. Chapter 5 is Internet Search. Internet search, as the name suggests, this topic is related to the search engine. Whenever a user wants to search any specific information on internet and he is not aware about on which website this information is available, so we need a specific engine that will search the specific website. On that website information is available. To search the specific website, we need to type some keyword. On the basis of this information is find out. To find out the information, which tool is used, that is known as search engine. So search engine, a way to search the document on net, to search the document on internet that is unorganized. It means information is not organized. So we have to search where information is available. To find out the information, we need one specific tool. That tool is known as search engine. And the best example of search engine, everybody knows, Google is the best example of search engine. If we want to search any document, we will just press in browser, we will type in browser google.com and we will start search the specific document by using specific keyword. So search engine is a tool that will provide the functionality to search a specific document that is organized on internet, that is not well managed, and a user don't know on which website it is available. So a user will try to find out the document with the help of search engine. And it is a online document services. Now types of search engine. Search engine can be of three types. It can be a primary search engine. Second, it can be a web-based, and third, it can be a meta search engine. What is the difference between primary, web-based and meta search engine? Primary search engine is a basic search engine that is generally activated when a user starts searching some specific document. Primary search engine is the general document search engine. When a user starts searching, that search engine will work. The example is Google and Alta Vista. These are the example of primary search engine. It means they will search on a specific website. They will search on a specific link. It will not go outside the boundary. It will provide the links on a specific area. On a specific website it will search. Second is web-based search engine. Web-based search engine is basically known as directory search engine also, because it will arrange the information in directories and subdirectories. Web-based search engine is searching the document from a specific website, from a particular website. Suppose I want to search the information from Kurukshetra University website. So in that case I will type kuk.ac.in. On this website there will be a box for searching. There will be a search box. I will type my query form, and that query will search only this website only. It will not search the document from any other website. This is known as web-based search engine. That is especially for a specific website. It will search the document on this website only. It will not search outside. Third search engine is meta search engine. Most important search engine. Meta search engine will search the document on their website also, and it will transfer the search on other websites also. It will broadcast the search on other website, and it will provide a large number of links from multiple websites. It will search the link from a limited website. It will provide the link from a large number of websites, because meta search engine basically what it will do, it will be collaborated with many search engines. So all search engine will work together and generate the result. That is meta search engine. So these are the types of search engine. Now how to find the information on a search engine, how to collect the information, how to gather the information, which steps are followed to collect the information from search engine. So for that, for searching the information, we need a browser. So we will open browser first, like Google Chrome, Mozilla, whatever we are having. Afterward, we will type the search engine address, like we will type google.com. Type the address, and where we will type? We will type the address in URL. When what will happen? A page will be appear. Now type your query. Type your query, whatsoever you want to search. Type your query on this area, like it is Google. Type your query here. Afterward, at bottom, search button is here. So next step will be click on search. When we will go to search, it will provide a number of links. Then open the links that you want to view the document. So steps are: open the browser, type URL. So home page will be appear. Type your query and press enter. It will search on a specific document. Next point is which types of operators are used in searching. Basically, whenever you are searching any document, a search engine will use totally three operators are there. One is different search, AND operator, second is OR operator, third is NOT operator, and fourth is double quotes operator. So how it is possible? AND operator, that will also known as a narrow search. It will provide a limited document. It is also known as a narrow search operator. Like I am typing wind and fire. What it will do? It will search for wind and fire both. Where both will be available, it will search the link. And by default, only this operator will work. If we are typing more than two words, in that case AND will be inserted in between, and this operator will by default work, and it will search the link where both wind and fire content will be available. Second operator, that is OR operator. OR operator, like I am writing wind or fire. It is a conditional part now. Conditional mean to say, how it is conditional? Either wind or fire. Out of both, any one will be find out, then it will search the link. It is not mandatory both should be there, but only one will be there, then it will search. That's why it is used to expand the search. It is the expansion operator, it will use to expand the search. It is for narrow search. Next is NOT operator. I am writing wind, NOT fire. Wind, NOT fire means excluding this part. Only it will search for wind. Excluding this part means it will not search fire, it will search only wind. This is known as NOT operator. So these three operators generally we are using: AND, OR and NOT operator, where AND is known as narrow search, OR is known as expansion search, while OR operator will eliminate the content. That's why generally it is not in use. This operator is used to narrow the search. Again, because it is eliminating the half part, so again it will narrow the search. It will not search for this part. It will also again narrow the search. Now, one more concept. For NOT operator, which symbol we can use? For writing the NOT operator, we can write dash operator, wind dash fire. So this question came many times. Dash operator is used in case of dash boolean operator. So answer is, it is not boolean operator is used for dash. Now next, fourth one is left, that is double quoted. It is known as phrase search. When a user want to search the specific content, suppose I want to search for a specific person, like I want to search for Sachin Tendulkar. There is a number of Sachin Tendulkars. When I will search Sachin Tendulkar, captain or cricketer, when I write the search in double quotes, it will search only for a specific person, because a number of Sachin profile are there, but it will search only for cricketer Sachin Tendulkar. This search is known as phrase search. It is known as phrase search. So these are the different types of search. Now we will discuss about different type of search engine, or the different types of search engines. Search engines are provided by a number of companies, but there are some famous search engines. Out of these, we will discuss about Yahoo, we will discuss about Rediff, and we will discuss about one more search engine, that is Google. All three search engines, Yahoo, Google and Rediff, all three came in 1996. All three search engines came in 1996. So generally, the question that can be asked, what is the full form of Yahoo? So the full form of Yahoo is yet another hierarchically yet another hierarchically oriented organized. Yet hierarchically oriented group, or we can speak organization of orientation of information, or we can use oriented organization. But in a proper form, we can speak yet another hierarchically organized oracle, because it is not oriented, sorry, it is organized oracle. It is the product of Oracle company. That's why. So Yahoo, it came in 1996, and it works on the concept of AND operator Boolean search with 3D spot. With 3D spot keyword it will search, and it is a powerful tool. So it is very complicated tool. It will help to search and also, and it can also search with wildcard also. What is wildcard? Like I am searching the name that will start with SAN, star star star. So it will search according to this also. That is wildcard character search. It can search for 3D, it can search for wildcard also. And one more thing, in 2015, Yahoo was selected as the third search engine that was largest search engine. So in 2015, Yahoo was selected as third largest search engine. Afterwards, we will come to the Google. So what is the full form of Google? Global Organization of Oriented Group. Global Organization of Oriented Group Global Organization of Oriented Group, Language of Earth. This is the full form of Google, Language of Earth. This search engine also came in 1996. It also worked and operator based and 3D search, but it cannot search the concept of wildcard. Wildcard concept is not possible in Google. And one more thing, it is also known as a powerful tool. It is also known as a powerful tool for searching the document because it is having a large number of web documents for searching process. Next is Rediff. Rediff again came in 1996. The head office of Rediff is in Mumbai, and Rediff has also some features. Which features? Generally, now its headquarters is in New Delhi also, and one headquarters is in New York. Now it is having 3 headquarters. Priorly it was in Mumbai. So it was founded in 1996. It maintains a directory base, and it used the Inktomi search technology. This is important question. It searches on the basis of Inktomi search technology. It is a technique to search the document. So it is based on the algorithm of Inktomi search algorithm. And the more thing, it is one of the best search tool in the world. It is the best search tool in the world, and generally it was prepared for Indians. So that's why it is used by Indians more. It is also known as Indian search engine. So this is about your Rediff. Now one more search engine is there, that is Lycos. Now Lycos has one question. Which one is the oldest search engine? So oldest search engine, that is Lycos. Lycos is the oldest search engine. It is big through the compressive, and it was developed in 1994. It was developed in 1994, and it was a search engine of web directory base. So Lycos is the oldest technology search engine, came in 1994, and it is a web directory based search engine. One is India Times. As the name suggests, India Times, that is generally for Indians. So India Times search engine. India Times search engine has some advantage, like it is also known as Indian search engine. It is powered by Google. Which search engine is known as Indian search engine? It is known as India Times, that is developed by the Google, and it has divided search into web news and Indian directory. Web news, Indian directory. So it has divided the search in subcategories. It can search according to the different categories. And it doesn't support OR operator or wildcard. OR operator is not supported and wildcard is not supported. So it is on the basis of AND operator. AND or NOT operator are there. It is not supported. Afterward, types of search engines now finished. Now we are coming to the point, that is e-commerce. As the name suggests, e-commerce means electronic commerce, that is performed for the business transaction. That is done for the business purpose. A user can buy product, a user can do the payment. So e-commerce, electronic commerce, electronic communication, that is a part of business. So e-commerce is the subset of e-business. It is the subset of e-business. It is again one mark question. E-commerce is a subset of e-business. E-business is the largest category. It is the sub part of e-business. So basically, as the internet made the new business, so it is difficult to provide a single all accomplished definition of e-commerce. So different types of definition was given. In narrow definition, the trading of goods and services, the selling of products and services is possible due to the e-commerce. E-commerce can be categorized in 4 types. Basically, it has different ways it can be performed the communication between B2C, C2B, B2B and C2C. It is business to customer or consumer, business to consumer, it is consumer to business, third one business to business, fourth one consumer to consumer. So basically the 4 types of communication is possible. I'll discuss this communication with example. Like B2C, business to consumer, when a business is communicating with a consumer, any shopkeeper, any outlet who is selling product to the customer, this type of communication is performed as B2C. Take any example like any shop, Liberty Shoe, any outlet in the market that is selling product to the customer. Next is consumer to business. When a customer is communicating with business, like take the example of old car. You want to exchange your car. You will go to Maruti store. You will go to the Maruti showroom. Maruti is the business while you are the customer. So you will give your old car to Maruti. So this type of communication is known as consumer to business. The example is True Value. Third is business to business. When one business is selling or taking the services of other business. Take the example of Liberty Shoe. Liberty is producing the product. Liberty needs leather. Leather is also provided by one business and Liberty is also one business. So this type of communication between two business is under the category of it is business to business. And fourth one C2C, consumer to consumer. Suppose you are having one old item and you are selling to your neighborhood. You are selling to an individual in your neighborhood. That type of communication is known as OLX. C2C. Example is OLX. OLX is doing the services from customer to customer. This type of communication is known as C2C. Now afterward we are coming to the e-business. Basically e-business is performed for the purpose of electronic business. That is a major category. E-business provides the functionality to perform research and development. It is used to perform large type of communication. So e-business refers to all the aspects of business that include the knowledge of management, it provides the knowledge of management, manufacturing, processing, research and development, R&D, that is also known as. These all such types of services like financial, procurement, export, either then we can perform a number of services like sales and marketing, These or such type of services are performed in case of e-business. It is not a specific type of business. Any type of business that will be performed in the concept of e-business, that is performed using the electronic medium. So after reading this session, we are able to cover the chapter 5. We are able to complete the chapter 5. Now we will meet in next video with next chapter, that is chapter 6, which is related to email. Dear students, if you are facing any problem in any topic, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. It is 999118890. You can drop your WhatsApp message on this number. So thank you. Have a nice day for this session. Thank you so much.